Okay, so welcome to my first YouTube video, which I'm going to do a very quick talk, just a review about how I get my camera gear around, basically. There seems to be an endless search for the right camera bag. So I don't believe that there's a camera bag that fits everybody for every occasion, which is why you end up buying so many over the years, which I have. Several low pro over the shoulder ones, stealth reporters, and several guises. I still have three. Usually just to store stuff now, because an over the shoulder bag for any length of time, actually now as I'm getting older, is just a pain in the shoulder. So I'm trying to do a bit of walking. I'm a fairly large fellow. I'm trying to do a little bit of getting out and about more, and I find that my current bag, which I got second hand off a popular photography forum, the Think Tank Retrospective 7, lovely bag, really good bag, fit in the back for an iPad. I sometimes put my filters in there. That's when I discovered actually this bag's not really any good for going out doing a bit of landscape with filters, etc. It's very restrictive, and if you want to do any distance, it's not suitable. And I basically have 4 small compartments set up for my EM1 Olympus Mark 1 with the 1240 attached. Another bigger gap for my 714 f2.8 Olympus lens. And then another little gap for my little Samyang fisheye for fun, and the cheap plastic 40-150 as well gets in here. And then another big pocket here for other filter bits and bobs, spare battery. There's another little sneaky pocket here for lens cloth, stuff like that. It does come with a waterproof cover to quickly put over, because this bag is like that canvas, rough and ready sort of bag. Brilliant bag, really good, loved it. When I was in Skye at the beginning of the year with the wife, it helped protect my camera, but I did find one weakness. The bottom is really thin. There's no padding here. This is about as thick as a pair of jeans, and unfortunately when I slipped on my backside and the camera bag was over my shoulder, it went down with some force, and there's still, you won't see it, but there's still a mark in the bottom of the bag where the lens hood hit a concrete step and marked the bag, and the hood smashed up into the lens. It helped protect the lens, but the lens still had to go off for repair. To be fair, that only cost about £140. A lot cheaper than a brand new 1240 f2.8 Pro, which are in the region of £700 or £800. I buy a lot of my gear second hand. This was second hand. My EM1 was second hand. The 1240 was second hand. I think the only brand new thing I've bought in the last year is the 714, which I really wanted for landscape. Bought that 6 months ago. Haven't actually used it much. So yeah. Anyway, moving on to bags. So I do like this bag. I need to put a bit of extra padding in the bottom of it for future falls. So that's that. Now, this is what has made me want to do this video. Just to try and do a vlog. See if anybody will bother watching this, and if they can understand my accent. I do live in England. I have been over here since 1989. So my accent has somewhat dissolved. The Manfrotto off-road 30 litre camera backpack stroke day sack. I want to get out and do a lot more walking, and I thought this would be perfect. I've got a couple of Osprey packs, Stratos 36 day sack stroke mini rucksack, which originally I bought that with a camera insert to put all my camera stuff in, and that would have enough room for coat, sandwich, flasks and water, bits and bobs for out and about during the day. Then I saw this Manfrotto off-road and I thought, oh my god, this will be perfect. So it's lovely. This is the grey version. There's a pink and a blue and a bright green. If I didn't know any better, I would say Osprey have actually teamed up with Manfrotto for this, because the hip build is very similar. It's got pockets for your mobile phones, other bits and bobs, camera stuff. Mesh backpack, so it's between the backpack and your back, stopping it being so sweaty, which is what I love about the Osprey stuff. Really, really good. It's got a degree of adjustment depending on the length of your torso, and thankfully the width. And I thought this would be perfect. However, it's got a lot of pockets on it, but it essentially has a section at the bottom for your camera to go in. Also, I've noticed the zips are really sticky on the Manfrotto. Nothing like the proper professional quality that I expect of Osprey. And this actually comes out, so bear with me. So this is a particular compartment specifically to protect your camera on long walk days. You don't have to take out the whole thing to get at your camera, obviously, but I want to show you the size of the compartment and the reason why I'm sending this back. £120 at the moment from WEX Photographic. So this basically is the camera store, basically. So you've got one long bit all the way down, which would be fine, I suppose, if you had a 70-200, you know, thinking of the Canons and Nikons, and would be fine if you had the 40-150 Pro for Olympus users, or the Panasonic 100-400 might fit down there. The problem is that for me, I don't have the longer professional lenses, although I'm thinking about it. And there's another big section here with one flap to protect. So I can put my 714 pop that down there, put that over it to protect it, and then I can either put, basically I can just put my EM1 with the 1240 attached on this section. But it kind of leaves this section for the Samyang 8mm fisheye, 7.5mm fisheye, and Plastic Fantastic 40 150. Which if they get scratched, it's not a big deal. They're relatively cheap, fun lenses. But that's about all I can get in here. Everything else has to go somewhere else. So, until I had it in my hands, I thought it'd be perfect. The top section to here, there is a zip inside. You can make it a whole day sack, but I don't see the point in that. I want to take my camera. The top section, you can get quite a bit in, I suppose. You can get, you know, coat, waterproof over trousers, sandwich, big pockets on the sides for water. Excuse me, the wife's texting. Big pocket on the side for water. There's enough room here to strap a fairly light tripod like the Manfrotto B-Free. Probably not the tripod that I'm using this with at the moment. It's pretty heavy. The 190 Pro, and it's not the carbon one, so it's a fairly hefty tripod. So yeah, I love this bag, but it's going back, because for me, it's just not going to cut it, which is a shame. So, before I bought that, I had this. Or I still have this, which is more of a big day sack, stroke rucksack, the Osprey Stratos 36 litre, so 6 more litres. Same type of, you know, pockets, hip belt, padded, mesh, which I love about the Ospreys. It does make them a slightly irregular shape, some people complain about that, but easy worked around. Big top pocket, little pocket for your car keys. Very large section, which is still, there's a separate section down here which you could use for softer stuff, your raincoat. Comes with a waterproof cover, as does the Manfrotto bag. Extra little funny pocket here that I keep a plastic bag in for kneeling down on wet ground. But you can put a light jacket, waterproof coat in there very easily. And a very large side access, so you can access all your stuff straight in the side here, which is brilliant. And Finn, get out. So very large side pocket. But now you're thinking, what do you actually put your camera in? So Amazon. And this is a company a lot of people will probably recognize. It's one of the Chinese companies, I believe. Neewer. Basically, black padded bag. Just move all my filters. And basically, several compartments that you can put any old way you want. That's my lovely 714 that I've hardly used, nearly £1,000. The little Samyang fisheye, beautiful little lens, really good fun when you use it. And the Plastic Fantastic 40-150. Missing the Olympus thing from my fall. But there's a lot of room in here. And you can change it around how you want. Zip it up. It's even got two D-rings. You put an old camera strap on here, or one of my many camera bag straps on this, just for if it's in the car and you're just doing by the side of the road shots. But yeah, this will happily fit into this. A little bit of a squeeze, but in the end, this is a better combination for me, and I suspect for most people. It'll give you a lot more flexibility. There are several versions of this, some slightly smaller, some a little bit wider but shorter, that you can basically do to your own size and needs, essentially. So that's why this that I got for £120 is going back, because this was £15 off Amazon as of the date of this video. And I bought the Stratos from Go Outdoors with a price match, and it was less than, I think I got it for about £70 about 3 months ago. So it was on sale anyway, but I had price match 10% extra. Good old Go Outdoors. In fact, today, after watching Thomas Heaton's video again, because I want to get out and actually do some wild camping with my photography gear, I've got another Osprey rucksack upstairs, which I've had for ages, the Exos 48 litre, and even trying to get all my stuff in there, plus my proper camera gear, is still a squeeze. But Thomas Heaton did a video about a year ago, and his one for wild camping plus photography and having enough room, even then you have to make some concessions. His go-to bag, Osprey again, I'm not sponsored. Hello Finn. My border collie's come to join us. You good boy? Okay, stay. Lie down. Good boy. The Osprey Kestrel 68 litre. Now, there's loads of room. That black Neewer bag will easily go in here. I'll get my tent, my sleeping bag, my food, my water, everything. This is the bag that is going to hopefully, before the end of this year, get me out doing some proper wild camping. I've been talking about it for so long that I literally have all the gear and no idea. So it's time to put my money where my mouth is and actually get out, even if it's only one night and it's not that far away. And even if it's a complete failure, it'll be a great experience. And I just want to get out, do it. Do more landscape photography. Maybe a few more of these vlogs, just for fun. I'm not that bothered. If you don't want to watch them, just skip to the next guy. The ones I would watch are Thomas Heaton's. Some of his stuff's fantastic. I wish I had the kind of time he has. I don't, as I work full time as well. So this for me is a hobby, a passion, and that's it. So my first vlog, which I now have to edit, and so until next time, Iha Wai, which is Irish for good night.